sex. We can't tell them to leave. Paige was given the option and opportunity to do so, but there's still so much left to be seen.
Cal confirmed.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Whoa, that note was off, blood. Anyway, listen, we're talking to you guys about Married at First Sight. We're dealing with Pastor Cal and him saying that Paige could leave whenever she wanted to leave. Whoa! Now, you know, I already told you guys that I believe that Paige was a ride or die type of chick, and I knew that from the very first episode that they showed her.
That we asked them is that if they decide to leave, that they allow us to keep filming them.
We got Pastor Cal.
Yeah.
All right, so if I can see it, other men can see it. Do you understand? But guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the what up loads. And for those of you who are returnees, well, you got the minerals. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. All right, let's get into the video. So, dealing with obviously this issue, Pastor Cal came on a radio station and was talking about the situation, because I think this season has caused so much controversy, and you know, has left a lot of people feeling a certain type of way. And the issue here was that a lot of people felt like Paige got the hard end of the stick. Now, you know, in every season, someone gets the hard end of the stick. Let's keep it 100% true. It's TV. They got to do what they got to do. But we found out from Dr. Viviana not long ago that, you know, the choosing of the people, the contestants that for the experiment is Pastor Cal, it's Dr. Viviana, it's Dr. Pepper. They have the final say. Now, that means the buck stops at them. But obviously, they don't do the actual research when it comes to each individual character, the background checks, right?
How long do you vet them for?
Probably anywhere from 6 weeks to a month. It's not unusual for people to be in relationships and then months later.
They do extensive tests. That's what he said. They do extensive tests. And I think what people are really frustrated by, yes, okay, the kid situation, having a pregnancy, a lot of us can be honest, we're hyped about it, but we can be honest and say, hey, how would they know that? We wouldn't know that. What we are a little bit frustrated about and a bit up in arms about is simply the fact that due diligence when it comes to engagement, that is the reddest flag ever. Now, Pastor Cal said in the interview, you know, they've had people in the past who one way or another were in a relationship not long ago before they entered into the actual show. We sort of Katie and Derek. Now, I don't think it works. I'm going to be honest with you, but obviously people are going to lie anyway.
It's unusual for people to be in relationships and then months later apply to be married at first sight. This is not the first person who's ever done that.
I guess it should come down to the three of them deciding, hey, actually, you know what? He said he's in a relationship for the last 3 months. Let's not include him, right? And so for me, I think it's not the pregnancy as an issue. It's the fact that we chose somebody who just came out of a relationship, came out of an engagement. No, sorry, change it. Engagement, which is highly different from a relationship. A relationship is different from an engagement because an engagement, you're saying, I'm ready to take the step to be committed. And then you can tell me that in 3 months' time, you're ready to go again? You're ready to go again? It's not in 3 months because it finished like 6 weeks ago during the process of the actual show. Now, I don't know if he told them all of that, but definitely we know that obviously he had an engagement long ago. That was simple truth. Now, I know they interview family and everything like that, and I think this is where it leads me to kind of ask this question. How much know? How much did the mother and the father know? How much did the grandparents know? Because apparently they interview family members, okay? So here's my thing. Either the family members are part of this conspiracy, or due diligence was not done by Married at First Sight. Because if you're asking good enough questions, say, hey, look, do you know what? Chris is applying for the show. What would you say his characteristics is like? All right, cool. What else would you say? I mean, he's just come out of a relationship at the moment. Do you think he's ready for a relationship? Now, you're asking this question. You really got it in your answer in your head. To know that he just come out of an engagement not long ago should send alarm bells ringing, right? It should send alarm bells ringing. That's simple truth. It should send alarm bells ringing, because the simple truth of the matter is that the person themselves, okay, is not ready to be in another relationship when you just come out of something so serious. So the family should, I'm sure the family were aware because they all went to the engagement. So you know about it. So how come the Married at First Sight didn't pick up on somebody saying something that would have thrown him and said, "Hey, actually, Chris is not good for the good candidate." Right? Now, I'm not saying that. It's impossible. We have to have that. I'm not even saying. Again, we understand that there's a roster, and the roster's not very big when it comes to eligible bachelors. We get that, right? We're not complaining about that either. What we're talking about is just choosing sensible people.
I don't look at Dr. Peppers. I don't look at the other expert. I look for you, Pastor Cal. So we got some explaining to do because so many people hit us up about Paige and Chris.
Chris was not a sensible choice. We say that because simply the guy wasn't ready. Okay? And so if they're doing extensive vetting, really making sure that people are who they say they are, really checking to make sure that, okay, this person is actually, financially stable, etc., etc. You do these checks to make sure, fam, like this, there should be like 3 months paychecks taken into custom, like 6 months paychecks to see whether people are actually financially stable. Because look, that's something you don't be throwing someone into as well. That's another thing. We should be making sure. I'm not saying, again, he lost his business. So he lost his Subway business. I mean, if he's got a normal job anyway, he already said he makes 6 figures on his normal job, so that's not the beef. But I'm just saying that these are little things that should be included in you guys' extreme vetting, right? Yeah, and so Pascal said obviously as well that he felt like that the person that they got, Chris, on the show is completely different to who they got and the questions and the interviewing process, which for me, let's
cast it.
Chris has surprised all of us. No way that the person that you see is the person that we saw. We'll vet people, and I don't know if a lot of people know this. We go through.
We know we're dealing with a narcissist, I don't want to say psychopath. We're dealing with a narcissist, right? Because for you to come on a show similar to what's his name from last season, Zach from last season, right? Or last 2 seasons ago. He came on the show and it was never about Mindy. It was about furthering his career, right? Because he was never really open to the actual process. I think he wasn't attracted as well, but he wasn't open to the actual process. And so we're seeing the same thing with Chris, but we're seeing a more maliciousness from Chris. We're seeing a gaslighting. We're seeing, some deep, dark manipulation. We're seeing having sex, but then telling her you're not attracted to her. And then, we're seeing this malign behavior. Sorry, it's not even malign. This benign behavior where it's almost as if you're trying to break the girl. And so that is where we're frustrated. We're looking at it like, bro, like, yo, this man is moving the maddest right now. He's not just like saying he's not interested and, kind of just ambling along through the process. My man's really going at her neck, trying to make this work. But he's trying to finish her at the same time. So that concerns the audience of us, that this is abusive. Now, I want to add a caveat. And the caveat is, Pastor Carl said they asked Paige if she wanted to leave.
Sex, we can't tell them to leave. Paige was given the option and opportunity to do so, but there's still so much left to be seen.
Pastor Cal, confirm.
Whew. They asked Paige if she wanted to leave, and she said no. Now, I can understand why she said no, because I already said she's a ride or die. She believes that God is the one that really instrumented her to get to the show, and so her trust is in the experts. But the truth of the matter is, this is why I said to you guys that you must bring faith and you must bring the practical together. The two go hand in hand. Yes, we understand that faith is supernatural, but it's super the natural. Do you understand? It's super the natural. So there are some things that are natural that needs to come alongside it. So God brings a manifest the spiritual into the physical, right? He manifests the spiritual into the physical. So you should see it, right? God is not telling you just wealthy. If God is telling you that you're going to be wealthy on earth, he's going to manifest the physical wealth into your arms. And again, I'm not saying that you should use it as a scripture as a way to say God's going to bless you. I'm just saying as a principle. If God has told you per se, personally, you are going to be wealthy, then he's going to transfer from spirit to the flesh. You understand? He's going to use he's going to allow you to see the principles that are needed to become wealthy. And the principles are physical. They are physical. You can see them. You can touch them in a sense. So we cannot be absent-minded. So spiritually minded, we're no earthly good. And so earthly good, we're not spiritual. We have to find a balance. Say it with me, balance, right? We find this good balance so that you so that you're not unevenly keeled, right? Because right now she's unevenly keeled. She's talking about Holy Spirit. God told her this is going to be the relationship, and now she's staying in a situation where she can see the signs are a double yellow line. I'm sorry, sir, you can't park your car. Like, she's parked up somewhere she cannot park up. She's trying to attain something that's unattainable. He doesn't find her attractive, and it's never going to change. If I'm honest with you, more than likely, it's never going to change. Men often do not change this position. Women do, but men don't. Right? Okay. So again, I want to put this page across. Like, it's okay. We understand that this is a process, it's an experiment. We understand that, they don't always get it right, but we're not complaining about that. What we are complaining about is the fact that, listen, where is due diligence being dealt with? That's what we're keenly trying to get across here, right? And so I heard the Pascal himself, he said that Dr. Viviana and Dr. Pepper were all pissed at the way that Chris has acted on camera.
The cameras came on and Chris became this different person. We were just as surprised and pretty pissed as you guys are.
How long do you vet them for?
Probably anywhere from 6 weeks.
Which means as soon as the camera turns on, he becomes something else. That is because he's got a different motive and a different goal. It is not the marriage. The goal and the motive is to become a TV star. Hence why he mentioned about how he wants to be the best dressed, better than any of the past people, even better than, I don't think he said Woody, but better than anybody else. His goal, it seems like, is to be a TV star. Is to be a TV reality star. Or to increase his profile, right? Or better yet, he might have done it just to piss off his ex. We don't know, right? But now he's got a baby, either by the ex or the ex's cousin, we're not sure 100%. But now we've got a baby on the way from that side of things. We've got more issues piling up. He's not acting, This is what even makes... He's not acting, ladies and gentlemen. This is his real behavior, which makes it even more problematic, that we must dissect his behavior and say, hey, this is not it. If you're looking to get married, this cannot be it. This cannot be the foundation or the basis to look at someone's marriage and say, hey, this is what we want to follow. No. We got to look at that and say, hey, these are things we've got to learn from, because this is how you end up in really bad situations. He has shown you his right hand. He's shown you his truth. He's shown you who he's really about. Let's make sure. All right, listen, honestly, you got to send man to the gallows, bruv. Send him to the gallows, bruv. It's send him to the gallows. You know what I'm saying?
But the husband can't be your employee.
Ooh, that's...
Tell him what I said. Tell him what I said.
Frank said that. He tells his wife, who's a physician, baby, I don't work for you. I don't work for you.
Exactly. As with Brianna, she is, but there's a sensitive side to her also.
They quickly switched off from Chris to Brianna, and again, I loved it because they spoke about what I've been speaking about, which is that we've been talking about Brie and her bossiness, and even Pascal was mentioning about the fact that, look, it's about, when we're talking about bossy women, they are bosses at work. What you must understand is, in your home, you can't be the boss. You're going to emasculate your man 95% of the time. I think there's 5% of men, maybe a bit more. Maybe I'm pulling figures out my head, to be honest, but there's a lot more men that are going to feel emasculated by someone trying to be bossy in the home. You understand? Because they're not your employee. I love when he said that. I'm not your employee. And that's what I was mentioning to Vincent, about the Vincent situation. That it will, the question that came from the last episode, or this episode just gone, sounded like a directive. You give directives to employees, right? That's what I said about the masculine energy. You give that to employees. Leadership requires both feminine and masculine, but when you're given orders, it's of the masculine nature, the masculine order. When you do commands, it's of the masculine energy. Okay, so oftentimes when women are assimilated into work and becoming leaders, they are carrying a masculine energy. When you get home, it must be left at the door. And so what we're saying for the Vincent and the Bree situation, people are asking, why are we on Bree so much? It's not because we're cussing her. We're just saying that obviously we want to make sure, sis, don't enter the sphere in your home in the masculine energy, okay, which is about the directives, the commands. Do it now. Like, I want it here. I want it done. That will emasculate most men, and that's what they were talking about on the show, right? But I definitely agree that Brie has a sensitive side. We can see that, right? Because she molds, like she said in the past, she molds herself to past boyfriends. So we know she has a sensitive side. We're not saying she's cold or callous at all. I like Brie. I like Brie's energy. You understand? I actually like Brie's energy. Like, she's not rude. And I think that's the key thing. I've never said that she's rude. You understand? Yeah, when I was saying last season about Karen's baby, I was saying she's rude. Here, Brie's not rude. You understand? She just is in the command directive mode because that's what she does at work as an engineer. All I was saying is that when she gets home, it's not the same role you're playing. Must turn it off. Right? So, but I love the fact that she is a boss outside of that. We want more of that. We don't care, but we don't want bad. We want more of a woman to be successful outside of work, outside in the workplace. We want that. We don't want to argue that. It's when we get home, though, right? When we get home, we want you to be able to relax, and we want also to not emasculate the man, right? That's all we're saying. So Pascal hit on that. And I think it was a great point to bring up. But again, I agree that she is sensitive, and so is Vincent's being as sensitive as well. And so hopefully, you know, they will balance each other out and really grow from here. Because I think they've got the potential to be that. They've got the potential to be Amani and Woody. You know, they've got the potential to. So hopefully, you know, they are heading towards there, and they'll be a happy and successful couple. We hope for them still. But yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts down below. I mean, Pascal said she could leave. I told you that she ain't gonna leave. She's a ride or die chick. Watch my reviews. I talked about it. Yeah, it's an energy that you carry. It's just things that you say that we can tell. So if I can tell, another guy can too. Guy, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the what? The uploads, baby. We appreciate you. Stay locked and stay loaded.